Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Hafiz. I will be the moderator of today's debate session, and as for the Timekeeper role will be held by Mikael and Dede. The motion of this debate is this house will ban the physical punishment of children by parents. The keyword of this debate is physical punishment, children and parents. In the government group, we have Poni Betriks as the Prime Minister, Sulung Iqbal Kharisma as the Deputy Prime Minister, Venerandra as the Member of Government, and Nehemia as the Government Whip. In the opposition group, we have Alessandro, Gilbert, Toban as the leader of the opposition, Devy, Permatasari as deputy leader of the opposition, Fikri, Ariandi as the member of opposition, and Hendrik, Kusnaini as the opposition whip. Alright, we will start the session of this debate by the Prime Minister of Government, Poni Betriks. The time is yours.
Thank you for the time. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am Poni Betriks and I am the first speaker from Prime Minister. The motion today for this debate is this House would ban in physical punishment of children by parents. I'd like to mention that the purpose of the current paper is the offer explanation as to why in the face of worldwide movement to protect children from violence, physical punishment against children remains normative in much of the world. The focus on the user, because the use the physical punishment by parents is very issues we highlight or relevant to other countries. We also summarize the various debates about physical punishment and argue that the times has come to move beyond this debates to eliminate the physical punishment of children. We offer suggestions of changing attitudes and practice related to physical punishment of children by suggesting that the burden of the proof in debates about physical punishment, which has typical violence even those who are children should never be physical punishment, should shift the those who continue to promote it the use despite evidence of its harms and ineffectiveness. That's all for me, and thank you for listening.
Okay, thank you, Poni. Next, I will call for the leader of opposition, Alessandro, Gilbert. The time is yours.
Thank you for the time. My name is Alessandro Gilbert Toban, as leader of the opposition. In addition, some believe that because they were speak and turned out okay, physical discipline is effective and harmless by KISS and Newcomb 2015. Finally, many US adults equate discipline with physical punishment, as if speaking were the only way to discipline a child by Knox 2010. So, as the leader of the opposition, believes that children who are beaten or given other physical punishment will be disciplined and respect authority, while those who are not given physical punishment are uncontrollable and strengthened. That's all I can give. Thank you.
Thank you, Gilbert. Next turn is of the Deputy Prime Minister, Sulung Iqbal Kharisma. The time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Sulung Iqbal Kharisma and I'll be speaking as the Deputy Prime Minister of Government Group. I would like to add some more detail about this case. Many studies has found that physical punishment is ineffective for children. It could lead to many bad behavior such as increased aggression, antisocial behavior, physical injury, and many other various mental illness. It has been recorded that over 30 countries has legally banned the case of physical punishment. Elizabeth Gershoff, PhD, a leading researcher on physical punishment at University of Texas at Austin, says that the legal bans of typically have been used as public education tools, rather than attempts to criminalize behavior by parents who spank their children. Researchers from Child Abuse and Neglect study interviewed parents and children aged 1 to 7 from more than 100 families. Children who were physically punished were more likely to endorse hitting as a means of resolving their conflicts with peers and siblings. Parents who had experienced a frequent physical punishment during their childhood were more likely to believe it was acceptable, and they frequently spanked their children. Their children, in turn, often believe spanking and other physical punishment was appropriate disciplining method. What method is good to replace the physical punishment? Well, use positive reinforcement and effusive praise to reward the children for their good behavior. Examples: when they are angry, doing something right, or doing something wrong, and they fixes them, reward them and praise them. That is all from me. Thank you for listening. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, thank you Sulung. Next, I will call off the Deputy Leader of Opposition, Devy Permatasari. It's your turn.
Okay, thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Devy Permatasari. Here I am as Deputy Leader of the Opposition. Basically, a shield thing a child is never despised. And we know from children and youth who contact child blind that it leaves them feeling scared, lonely, helpless, and confused. Some of the effects of child's abuse on mental health that many continue into adulthood include: number 1, anxiety disorder and depression, difficulty interacting with others through isolation and withdrawal from social cycles, traumatic flashback, difficulty focusing, insomnia and nightmares, and last eating disorder. For example, in a school environment, acts of violence can have a hard effect on the development of students. For example, students who lose confidence in answering questions asked the teachers for fear of being wrong. Their creativity is hampered, they become lazy. Thank you.
Alright, thank you Devy. Next is turn of the member of the government, Venerandra. The time is yours.
Thank you, Moderator, for the chance you have given to me to talk here. I am Venerandra as member of government. First of all, I need to point out that we certainly agree with the statement to ban the physical punishment of children by their parents. Many people think that punishment such as hitting, slapping, kicking, pinching a child creates a discipline. In fact, research shows that it can lead to anxiety disorders, and children tend to be disobedient to their parents. Hitting a child can also be traumatizing, and the child may be violent to their friends or can be passed on their descendants later. Physical punishment has to do with verbal or emotional punishment. Parents should have knowledge about parenting. They must know how to change children's behavior so that they are disciplined without any physical punishment. But filled with love, build trust, consistent rules, and not to punish children anymore. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Venerandra. I will call for the member of opposition, Fikri Ariandi. It's your turn.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. Thank you, Moderator, for the time. My name is Fikri Ariandi, as a member of opposition team. I disagree with the government team statement about prohibit physical punishment on children. Because one of the way to make our children disciplined is punishment. In Islam, it is actually not allowed physical punishment on children. Prophet Muhammad SAW exemplifies a gentle and loving attitude towards children, including in terms of giving an example of performing the obligatory prayers. In terms of teaching prayer, the Prophet once said, "Order your son."
1 minute.
I repeat, order your son to pray at the age of 7 and beat him for leaving it at the age of 10 and separate their beds. Hadis narrated Abu Dawud number 495 with Sanad Hasan. The Prophet Muhammad also emphasized that if you have to hit in the form of a warning, it should not be in a state full uncontrolled emotions. More example, school. Children must go to school. If your child don't want to go to school, you can slap him, but only for a warning. Control yourself when did it. Your child will think, "Oh no, this is a bad habit. I must avoid it, so my father doesn't get angry of me." From here, your child just build a good habit. So, physical punishment is fine, but just a warning. Don't go too far. Control yourself as a parent who wants to discipline your child. Okay, that's enough from me. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Fikri. Next is the turn of the government whip. John Nehemia, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you the opportunity given to me. Here I play the role of government whip. As you know, 20% of the factor of violence against children are their own parent on the grounds of providing education and discipline. This is condition needs to be signed out as family member and community members. So keep with the spirit of peace, honor, and children can vary from needs. The following includes Moderator punishment just as sleeping, speaking, and teaching. The spur punishment says running with the English. Of this is very bad for a child. How to punish a child through physical talents, such as hunting or kicking, can have bad impact on the child, especially if the child's legal age ages without explaining the child's mistake first. The bad impact on parents' children is portable. How to punish children can affect the development of the little one.
1 minute.
Especially of the punishment given is different for physical punishment. Here are some of the bad effects of punishing children that can cause feeling worthless and loud. It's hard to confront fear and anxiety. Controlling hurting others is a natural thing. And this is what makes us agree that physical punishment of children must be stopped. Thank you.
Thank you, John. For the last turn is for the opposition whip. Hendrik Kusnaini, the time is yours.
Thank you, Moderator. Before I start about our mission, first introduce myself. My name is Kusnaini. I'm probably opposition whip. Why do we read mention because children need to be educated and reprimand where to reprimand. That's fine. It is very important to his time. And also the another go down educate children sometimes we need the violence. In fact, children who are educated with the vision just always himself and also reflect on his step. And there are negative impact for our mission. Commitment of victims, confidence, the confident, experiencing trauma, puberty, difficulty, trusting others, and be aggressive. So confidence with determination so that children are comfortable with their own mother and can with their own mentality. So again, that's all I can come up with. That's all for me. The last I say is Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, it seems we have arrived at the end of the session. Thank you everyone who participated in this debate, and thank you Mikael Dede for assisting as the timekeeper as for which group with this debate will be visiting